Hello beauties and welcome back to my channel. In this video that is going to be another review roundup. This is the kind of video where I collect a couple of reviews of things that I have made up my mind about that I want to share with you, and for some reason that I haven't made a separate review video about. Maybe it's stuff that I don't have as much thoughts about, or maybe it's stuff that is just not that like current anymore, or maybe it's just stuff that I have mentioned so many times already on my channel, but I just want to get a formal review out there. So this is going to be a palette edition. Oh, I have 5 palettes. That's a lie. I have 5 different kinds of palettes. 2 of the palettes I have in 2 different colors that I am going to review for you today, and it's going to be somewhat of a quickie. That came out wrong. Please don't demonetize this. And I'm just gonna let you know my thoughts. I have mentioned these on my channel before. I have used these on my channel before. Remember, you can press the, is it called looking glass or magnifying glass? Because when I googled it, it said looking glass, but I think it's magnifying glass. Anyways, this symbol, you can press that on a channel homepage. If you press that on my page, you will get a search bar, and if you just put in the name of the product you're looking for on my channel, it will show you videos where I have talked about that product. Just letting you know how to find these things. So yeah, if I forget to put them in the corner, that is. The first thing I want to talk about is these small 5-pan palettes by Dose of Colors. I have 2 of them. I have the Blushing Berries, and this was sent to me by a lovely subscriber. This was sent to me by Julie when I had my birthday in January. Actually, that sneaky little Julie sent me a gift card at Beauty Bay to my mail, and I bought this palette because I wanted to review it, but I ended up just using it on my channel. But it is a beautiful palette, and I am reviewing it now. I really like the Dose of Colors formula, and I have a weak spot for small palettes. So when I've gone like away for just a day or 2 or gone to like vacation, I brought this one, the Marvelous Mauves, to Greece. This is perfect for me because this is the perfect thing to mix and match with other palettes or other singles or loose pigments or stuff like that. This is a corally red black palette. It's very beautiful, and I really enjoy this. I know the price tag is a bit up there, but to be honest, I think that these are really nice, and I think that the packaging is beautiful, and I think it's worth it. And if they come out with some other fun colors, I am most probably gonna pick those up as well. I feel the same way about this Marvelous Mauves. It is a cool toned mauve palette. This is beautiful to use with all of those palettes that has pop of colors that you don't want to use a warm crease with anymore. You know, all of those warm palettes that you have that have warm mattes and then a pop of color that is a shimmer? Pick this one up and you mix this one with those pops of shimmers instead, and you're gonna get a totally different look, and all of your warm palettes are gonna get new life pumped into them instantly. I think this one is such a good buy. And like I said, you can buy them at Beauty Bay or you can buy them at Dose of Colors. I also think Ulta in the US has these now, so you can pick them up there. Yeah, they do, because I saw the stand when I was at Ulta. I really like these palettes. I have tried the palettes and I have tried the liquid lipsticks, and I really enjoy the liquid lipsticks from Dose as well, and I have reviewed those on my channel. The next palettes I want to talk about is the Sun Designer palettes by Terry. Why do I do this to myself? This was sent to me as PR. The Marvelous Mauve one by Dose, I bought that one myself from Beauty Bay, if I didn't say that. This is a beautiful face palette. This one is blushes and highlighters, and it's basically 6 different colors, and these are just stunning. I mean, do you see that beautiful? Probably not. This is a beautiful peachy color. Like, this gives a beautiful sheen on the cheeks, and I have used this one. Is the one with like blush and highlighter, and this one that I also got sent to me, wait, this is the one that's like bronzer and highlighter, and this is like such a nice. You can use this one as blush as well, and the thing is that they have dividers in between them, but it doesn't really matter if you accidentally dip into more than one pan because they flow so nice together with each other. It's not like it's a pink and orange, like they flow together. So I just sweep all over here to get some bronzer, and then I just try to sweep just in the lower 2 pans to get some blush, and then I sweep over here to get some highlight. you get a very nice, naturally glowy cheek, and I really like that. They are pricey, but I actually really enjoy these, and this was the product from By Terra that I really wanted to try, and I'm so excited that I enjoy them as well, because I really enjoy these too. I did have a video with By Terra, and I will try to remember, see if I can put it in the cards, where you might have noticed that I did not like the eyeshadow palette, but these, I like them so much. They're so nice. I've been using them so much lately. Pricey, yes, but I mean, if you want to splurge on something and you want to get something that's like feels nice and looks nice and has quite some different colors, I don't think that this would be a bad purchase. But if you are in a strict budget, it's not like a must-have, but I do enjoy owning them. Oh, by the way, I did film this look. I did film this eye look. If I didn't tell you, I probably didn't, but it's either coming soon or it's already up. If it's already up, I will link it down in the description box. The next palette I want to talk about is a palette that I have talked about so much on my channel, and for some reason I haven't, let me get this away, I haven't reviewed it. So this is the Creepy Cute palette by Strobe Cosmetics. This was sent to me by Strobe Cosmetics, and I have used it a lot, and I have used it in a tutorial, and a lot of people were asking me, and I brought the Kat Von D Pastel Goth. People have asked me, are they comparable to each other, like the colors and stuff? They have some similar colors, but this one, the Creepy Cute, it is so much better than the Kat Von D Pastel Goth, and I think that this is a good palette. This is a nice palette. It's discontinued, and this is a nice palette, but this is a spectacular palette. And I was gonna do a video, I remember I told you I was gonna do a video on my favorite pastels. Scratch that. Just get this. Just get this. Just get this and you'll find. The only thing you don't have here is a yellow, and I wish that Void was a yellow. It would have been a more well-rounded pastel palette, but a lot of people has pointed out to me, and I kind of get it, that the theme is Creepy Cute, like, which is a sub-genre within like goth. Am I somewhere in the neighborhood with this? I'm not very good at that. And I mean, the whole like exterior, everything like reminds me of that, but so I do get why Void is here, but I still think that it would have been a nicer palette if it would have been a yellow. These colors have a texture. I don't really like, what is the texture? It's like it's like a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow had a baby with a really creamy Anastasia Beverly Hills matte shadow, and it turned out to be something that is as pigmented as a Super Shock shadow, but as blendable as an Anastasia shadow. Does that make sense at all? They're all mattes. Let me just quickly swatch these so you can see like how they swatch and how beautiful they are. Let's see if I can put this somewhere. Like, you don't even think that pastels are going to be able to give you this result at all. This green is my favorite. The black is very good. Although I took a little now because I don't want to stain my finger forever, but I guess I will. These are just very nice shadows, and I can like almost like, the black is very good. It's just my swatch that's horrible. But this is such a nice palette. If you were looking for colors like this to bring to your collection, this is basically a color, like this is basically a palette of like pastel-y transition shades. If you are getting into colorful makeup and you don't want to use a warm peach or like a brown as a transition color, and you still want to have something to blend those colorful colors into, I so recommend this palette. You will not be disappointed. I don't know how this will show up on a darker skin tone, but to be honest, these are so pigmented and so creamy that I do think that if you don't overblend, you can get these to work on at least a medium skin tone, and I'm sure on a darker skin tone at least with a sheerer result, because I think that this is a stellar palette. Stellar palette. Beautiful. Now I need to go and wash this off. 1 second. I normally do separate reviews on the Juvia's Place palettes because I love the Juvia's Place a lot, and I was sent this as PR because I am affiliated with Juvia's Place. I do have a code with them and I will leave it down below. The reason why I didn't review this palette is because this isn't really my color scheme. This is their neutral palette. This is the Warrior palette. And even though it is a beautiful palette if you love neutrals, for me, this is just like, it's not a bad palette. Like, it has like the Juvia's quality. Like, do you see that? Like, it's the same quality as the Juvia's Place normally has. It is just like not my color scheme. I do have a tutorial up with this palette, and I will let you know that this palette basically is the same quality as Juvia's Place normally is. It's just like not my color scheme. And I am thinking about keeping this to be my neutral palette and replace the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette with this one instead. So, I mean, if you were wanting to try Juvia's Place, but you thought that all of their palettes were a bit too colorful and not really up your alley, and you were afraid that you weren't gonna use them, this one has the same quality as the other Juvia's Place palettes that people are raving about, you know, but it's just a more muted down color scheme. So I do think that it makes sense for the brand. It's just not really my color scheme, because what drew me in initially with Juvia's Place is the bright colors. And I do hope that their next palette is not as muted as these colors. But if these colors draw you in, and if you're thinking like, is this the same quality as Juvia's Place normally is? Yeah. It is the same good quality as Juvia's Place normally is. It's just not really my cup of tea when it comes to the color scheme. But there's nothing wrong with the quality. It has 3 mattes and then a bunch of really yummy shimmers. This one is beautiful actually. It's like a yellow tone copper. I did do a look with this. If I can remember, I will put it up here in the cards, where I did a more dramatic look with this somewhat neutral palette. It is like a yellow toned neutral palette, very goldy. So there's nothing wrong with the palette. It's just not making my nipples hard. That's basically it. Okay, let's talk about the last palette that I'm gonna review today. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream palette. I just love this packaging. Hollow makes me excited. Maybe I am homosexual after all. Let's see if I still have the plastic here. No, I don't. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It has that beautiful hollow on the inside as well. It has like a darkened, like oil slick hollow, even like you see the background. And I have heard a lot of people not liking this palette, but I do like this palette. I have it on today. It is what's on my cheekbones. I have Magic here, and then on just the apples I have Wish. If you do not like glittery highlighters that you have to buff into the skin to get that wet look, similar to the Kat Von D formula, or Vanessa's Vanity has a formula like that, Divina has a formula like that. I mean, it is a formula that when you look at it and you're like, ooh, that's sparkly, and you swatch it and you're like, that's sparkly. And if you just use like a brush like this one, the Morphe M501, you are gonna get a very sheer, and it's just gonna dust all over the place, and you're not gonna be able to work it into the skin. You need something that is denser. This one is the Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter F03. If you use something like this and you go into the pan, this is Magic, and you need to like really buff it in to get that like almost wet effect. And then I like to go over it with just a fluffy like powder brush, just to get rid of any excess particles that didn't get buffed into the skin. That's how you keep it from falling down under your cheekbones, because if you don't brush off those excess particles, they're gonna fall somewhere else and it's gonna be on your cheek and you're not gonna enjoy it. That's something I learned the hard way starting to work with these glittery highlighters. If you love a wet look on your cheekbones and you're not afraid of having a little glitter, this is the kind of formula that you would like. If you are one of those people that hate any kind of glitter speck in a highlighter and you don't see how that could be beneficial in any way, shape or form, you're not gonna like this one. This isn't gonna be for you. Also, if you're not into pinky peachy highlighters, this also is not your cup of tea. I would say that all of these have some kind of a pinky, violet or peachy shift. This one that is Wish, that is the one that I have on the apples. This is like a purpley, like a champagne that has a violet shimmer or shift to it. You probably cannot see that. Unicorn is a bright pink duochrome. This would probably be like a violet pink duochrome. This would probably be super pretty as an eyeshadow. Magic has this is like a whiter base, like a silvery base with a beautiful goldy violet, like more subtle sheen. These are just very nice. Regal is the one that's most wearable because it is a peachy base with a peachy sheen. It is absolutely stunning. I have used this on my channel. I did a first impression video and I used this palette and I used this one, and it is absolutely stunning. It is very peachy and beautiful, and it has a bit of a gold duochrome to it. It's like a gold peach duochrome. It's absolutely stunning, like that glow from within on the skin. It's very beautiful. This Sunshine, wait, let me clean my fingers a bit. This Sunshine looks like a gold, but it is a gold with a bit of a pink sheen to it. I have this in my inner corners, and it is a very beautiful color, but it does have a bit of a peachy pink undertone, but with a goldy base. So all of these have some kind of either violet, pink or peach thing going on. This is ethereal, and this is the one that's like the most lilac-y one. This is the most cool tone one. So I think that this is a pretty palette, but I love peachy, violet and pinky highlighters, and I really love the glittery formula that you buff into the skin to get the wet look. So of course I'm gonna enjoy this one. It's like a given, but if you feel like you don't like the things that I just mentioned, you're not gonna like it. I saw this palette and I instantly knew that this was gonna be a hit with me, because it looked like a formula that I would enjoy. It looked like colors that I would enjoy, and I really do enjoy it, and I think it looks good on my skin. And I'm just giving a heads up that there is a reason why people don't like this palette, and it's because they don't like this type of product. I love this type of product, and maybe you do too. The best you can do is to go in stores and swatch it if you can, to make up your mind whether or not this is something you would want to get. This has not come into stores in Sweden yet. I did buy mine for Beauty Bay. I knew I was gonna like it because I like this kind of formula, but if you are unsure, I would wait to see it in stores. I do think it is in stores in US though. But yeah, I really enjoy this formula. So yeah, it just shows that how different makeup can be and how different preferences can be. So I am really enjoying like all of these products, but the Juvia's Place palette is something that I won't be using that much, mainly because it's not my color scheme. There's nothing wrong with the quality, it's just for me it's a meh, but maybe for you it's a hit, because I have seen some people being very excited about that Juvia's Place palette, feeling like they can finally try Juvia's Place because it's more of a neutral palette. So I totally get both sides of the story, both camps. So yeah, that was everything for this review roundup. I do have even more things that I want to review, so I'm probably going to do another one of these in not too long. So if you have any products that you know I own, that you want to hear my thoughts about, that I haven't reviewed on my channel, let me know down in the comments, and I will try to accommodate as best as I can. Is that how you say it? Maybe. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.